Gee, today we're back with another one. Just another thought that came into me. Um, Another thought that just came into my head. Is that most, I think most people are living in regret because of an emotional decision. Um, yeah, emotional decisions. These decisions are mostly driven by intuition. Let me just check it out. Yeah, they're driven by intuition, instinct, or emotional responses. It may not always be in your best interest. As they say, it may not always be in your best interest. So if I was to rate that, maybe it's an 80 to 20. 80% of it you're going to regret, and 20% of it you'll be like, yeah, I made a good decision. But 80% of your decision, of that emotional decision, you'll regret it. I've seen many people. I've also been in such experiences. It's like your emotions get the most of you, I may say. If your emotions get the most of you, then can you say you can control your emotions? Can you literally say that as a human that you can control your emotions? Because imagine if, like, how would you experience life? Yes, emotions get the best of you, but being emotional, maybe it's part of growing up. Being emotional is a stage, I think. Everyone in life has to make an emotional decision, but they shouldn't live making emotional decisions. Basically, what I'm implying there is like continuously making emotional decisions because of trying to impress. You're trying to bring some sort of satisfaction to someone instead of you as a human being. Yeah, that's what it is. Many people, they make emotional decisions in order to satisfy someone, or yeah, I don't know, satisfy someone instead of themselves. It is what it is. That's part of life nowadays. I don't know how we can avoid this, but I'm just thinking as I'm writing down now, like, it's okay to be emotional. It's okay to hide your emotions, but it's not okay for your emotions to get the best of you, or to control your decision making, or to control you as a human being. You get it? So the question is then, how should you be? If not emotional, if you don't want to make emotional decisions, what should you do then? I think it's best you make logical decisions. Yes, you can put some emotion in it, but then logical decisions mainly plays to your, what's this, not say plays, it's for you, and not against you. Yes, it's for you and not against you. Those are logical decisions. I'm also writing down as I speak, because it's another conversation that just came into my mind. Emotional decisions, making emotional decisions. So yeah, one might ask, like, what are emotional decisions? Or, like, some don't understand. I will give an example. There was one situation where I wanted to obtain this certain thing, right? and my emotions got the best of me to an extent that I went to go get that thing, but yet I did not think about it. So with emotional decisions, you don't think about it, you just do it, but either you'll regret it after or you won't. But that decision that I made, I somehow 50-50, because there's some moments or some months where I couldn't balance it out. I couldn't do this because of the situation. So yeah, it was a 50-50 thing. There was 50% of regret, there was 50% of satisfaction, which is good because I learned a lot from it, yeah, basically I would say that's like an impulse purchase. Impulse, not just purchase, impulse purchase. So yeah, also making decisions without doing that certain research. Take a business, for instance, take the likes of Apple. Steve Jobs knew where he wanted Apple to be. He knew that when he got this certain funding, he knew what he was going to do with it. He was logical about it. He knew. He just knew. So now imagine if they give you funding for your business or whatsoever, like $1 million, and now what's next? Some people might think like that. What's next? Hence I'm starting to understand, when they fund you, they want to have a clear direction or a clear roadmap as to where you are going within a business, right? They're making a logical decision. They're not making an emotional decision of just giving you the money. It's logic involved. It's logic. Yeah, it's literally logic. It's nice to learn this stuff. Like, you just have a moment where you sit with yourself, you just have a conversation. I don't know when this is gonna come out, but then yeah, soon it's going to come out. So it's essential that you balance between logic and emotion. Like, you assess certain situations before making that decision. You consider also like the consequences of that decision. Now here you are being more logical, right? You are balancing it out. You might be like, let's take a relationship, for instance. You want to be in that relationship, or you don't want to be in that relationship anymore. So you look at the consequences of it, that yes, I might be hurt, might get over it, but you also look at the good of it. Yes, I'm loving myself, I'm loving me, I'm giving my time for myself, etc, etc. Like, it's like that. You balance the pros, you balance the cons, and if the pros outweigh the cons, then good for you. That's the decision that you should make. Go for it. If it outweighs the cons, then yeah. But if it's like, maybe let's say cons and pros are the same, don't make the decision yet, honestly. Just for me, I would say don't make the decision yet. Think about it, sit back. I'm a spiritual person, as you know. Sit back, ask the Lord, what should I do about this? Don't try and go for what if everything is balancing out. Not everything, if both is 50-50 and etc. But if the cons are outweighing the pros, then I don't know, bro. You should just chill. You should just not, that decision of, like, let's say for instance a relationship, if there's more cons as to you like leaving, the consequences are more, and there's no like some sort of emotional stability, you'll just not feel good about it, this and this. Stay. Just stay, honestly. I'm just giving an example of that, but yeah, it's just, if I was to say what you should do, take time to think. As I've said, weigh out your pros and cons. I think I should write this down. Yeah, I should write this down. Weigh out your pros and cons, gather information as to that decision that you're making. How far will it take you? Gather information, you ask yourself those questions, questions upon questions, and then mostly I would say consider multiple perspectives. I know that I said the other time that look out for advice, you take the advice, and that advice will never work for you in future time. Things change, yeah, plus in different contexts, but this one is like, maybe get advice, maybe like broaden your understanding. That's what I'm saying. Broaden your understanding. Speak to your mother, speak to your parent about it. Like, I want to make this decision, but what should I do? I know some certain parents will be like, don't do it, especially in a black household. Don't, yeah. If you're in a black household, I understand, but then get it from that, like, someone who will be realistic to you, So yeah, gain understanding before you make that decision. Take time to think. Practice also self-reflection. Evaluate yourself as a human being. Evaluate the decisions that you made before. Like, you will remember that moment where you made a wrong decision. What emotions were playing a role? What is it that you did wrong? You will remember that. So practice some self-reflection. Have that thing of like evaluating yourself as a human being. And yeah, it's just learn from your past mistakes. So yeah, as I was saying, also be flexible, stay flexible. When circumstances change, be just flexible, adjusting your decision making. Just be open to adjustment. Such, don't stay like that stagnant thing of if I do this, you do this. Be flexible about it. Also, I just saw this thing on YouTube. I don't know, let me check it out. On YouTube it says, there was this advice, is like, consider how your decisions will impact you in 10 minutes, in 10 months, and in 10 years. They call it the 10-10-10 rule. Triple 10. Also, how can I say, practice mindfulness. If you practice that, like, be present and focused when making decisions. Don't be present and focused. I don't want to say don't look to the past, because you have to understand how you made those decisions before. It's just like this. And avoid being biased. Avoid being biased. Every human wants to be biased when they're making their own decision. Try by all means to not to be biased. But that's all from my side today. You can also develop a decision making process, like, if you're gonna make a process, identify a goal, identify the problem, gather information, evaluate your options, choose an option, implement the decision, and maybe review and adjust. That's how it can be. This is the world we live in now, guys. So when making try your best to not make emotional decisions, but balance it between being logical, and things will work out. Many people live with regret here because of making such decisions, emotional decisions, because 80% of their lives will just be like, why did I make that decision? So for you out there, also for me as a person, stop making emotional decisions, but try to make logical decisions, because logic gets you far as you see. I'll see you in another episode. Peace out.